So here is how to actually grade your pattern up and down sizes. So with Burda style patterns, all the sizes are laid out on the pattern. And what you do is connect all the points. So for example, here is, all my neckline points on each shoulder line. Here's my armhole points. And you just connect those all with a straight line and extend it above and below all those connecting points. And then from there, you actually measure the distance between, if I want to make my size, larger, I measure the distance between the last two sizes, and then I measure out from the largest size this same measurement, and I blend it up and then down into my, armhole and waist point again. And then you also need to, if this is a stylized pattern and it has a pleat or a dart, you just, measure the distance between the last two pleats and measure it over. So you're creating a larger size. So if the pattern only comes up to a size 44 and you're a 46, then you would do this. And you can do it up to about 3 sizes out and in as well. And here's an example at my shoulder lines. I've connected all those points and I've measured this distance and I've, measured that out. And so I've just created a larger size than what my pattern is. So my pattern only goes, again, up to size 44. I've just created, I know it says 48 there, but it's actually a 46. Little error there. And if you want to make it smaller, it's just the exact same thing. You would just, draw these lines in towards the pattern, and then you would measure the distance between the last two smaller sizes, and then measure that in to the pattern, and then measure, on necklines and armholes, you just sort of measure in and, create a smaller size. And for, the pleats or whatever details, you measure in to create a new smaller size. And here's just a close-up shot of that. So you connect all these points, extend it up and down. It's really easy. So, but there are some guidelines for this rule. Seam markings that do not lie together must also be connected by an auxiliary line, example being sleeve notches. So sleeve notches for the top sleeve and even, the armhole notch is not in the same location for each size. So you need to, mark an auxiliary line through all those to find those type of notches for your new size. And according to the size chart, the increments between widths given for sizes 36 to 46 measure 4 centimeters, 1 5/8 of an inch, while those between widths given for sizes 46 to 52 measure 6 centimeters, 2 3/8 of an inch. So if you want to add a smaller size 42 to a pattern which is given for sizes 44 to 52, a plus pattern, you should draw your auxiliary lines between those two sizes and ignore the other corners. So this is more adjustments that you need to do for plus size patterns. Yes, and you just, but you'll be, you can kind of, this is just a guideline for how I showed you how to only measure, if you're going in, measure the distance between these two, and for outer, measure the distance between those two as well. But when you're working in plus size, just a plus size pattern, and you need to make that bigger to smaller, you're making it bigger, just connect, the larger two auxiliary points because they're going to be a greater distance, and then for making a plus size a little bit smaller, just connect the auxiliary points for, the smaller couple sizes, because you'll see maybe a jump in the differences.